To most of the galaxy, humans were newcomers. Loud, chaotic, and disorganized. Their systems were backwater, their ships outdated, and their politics confusing. The Central Union of Worlds, made up of dozens of spacefaring civilizations, tolerated them more than respected them. So when a single human vessel arrived at the diplomatic summit over Delmar-Asiskix, no one paid it much attention. The summit was a grand event. Flags from 100 planets hung above the polished hall. The host, Admiral Voran of the Valari Dominion, stood tall and smug beside his gleaming fleet. And then, from hyperspace, the human ship arrived. It was small, gray, scuffed. It looked to most observers like a cargo barge repurposed by amateurs. The crowd of delegates laughed. "That's their best?" a reptilian envoy muttered. "They must be lost," another said. Even the translator AI struggled to hide its tone. The human ship, named Horizon's Edge, drifted into the designated docking bay. Its engines pulsed weakly, its hull scarred and mismatched. Compared to the sleek curves of the alien cruisers, it looked ancient. Then the hatch opened, and Captain Marcus stepped out. Tall, calm, and unimpressed by the stares, he walked into the hall with only one companion, a quiet engineer named Lee who kept checking a small device on her wrist. Voran stepped forward, a slight smile on his face. "You're early," he said. "The janitors haven't finished cleaning the bay." Polite chuckles rippled through the room. Marcus didn't smile. "We weren't here for the decoration." "Well, perhaps you're here for a lesson in real starship design," Voran replied. "We could spare a few manuals." More laughter, but Lee was no longer listening. Her device blinked, a red light. She leaned in and whispered to Marcus. He nodded. Inside the control room of the Valari flagship, technicians monitored all ships as a routine measure. Most scans returned harmless results. Weapons locked, power systems stable, life, support within range. Then the scan of Horizon's Edge began. At first it returned nothing unusual. Then the second layer scan hit something strange, buried deep under the ship's power signature, a reading that didn't match any known technology. The technician frowned. He reran the scan. The screen flashed. Energy spike detected. Origin. Unknown. Then more data poured in. Core signature. Artificial singularity. Containment stable. Mass readings exceed class limits. His voice broke as he called the commander. "Sir, the human ship. It's housing something impossible." Back in the hall, the mood had shifted. Voran was still posturing, but now a murmur ran through the delegates. A security officer rushed in, whispered something urgently into Voran's ear. The Admiral's expression changed instantly. "You brought a singularity weapon here?" Marcus looked him in the eye. "We brought an engine." "That's not an engine," Voran snapped. "That's a violation of every interstellar safety law." "It's safe, and it's ours," Marcus replied. "We built it because no one took us seriously." Whispers turned to gasps. Singularity engines were theoretical, far too unstable, far too dangerous. No civilization had successfully used one without destroying the vessel. And yet here was a human ship powered by one floating calmly in their bay. "How?" someone asked. "How did your people achieve this?" Marcus didn't answer, but Lee did. "We didn't ask permission," she said simply. "We just figured it out." A security team was dispatched to inspect Horizon's Edge. They approached cautiously, scanners raised, unsure if they were investigating a miracle or a threat. Inside, the ship was modest. Worn controls, analog switches, manual override panels, but in the heart of it, deep within the engine chamber, they found the core, contained within layers of gravitic stabilizers and reinforced plasma sheaths. A controlled singularity pulsed, steady and powerful. The readings were undeniable. The humans had done the impossible. Voran called an emergency session. "We can't let them keep this," he said. "If they share this with others, balance will collapse." "But they haven't threatened anyone," one delegate argued. "They don't need to," Voran replied. That ship could outrun or outfight anything we have. They came in peace, another said. They didn't fire a shot. Yet, Vorin growled. Outside the summit, Horizon's Edge sat silent. But the message had already spread. All across the galaxy, word of the human ship raced like wildfire, a singularity engine, fully functional, in human hands. Some feared it. Some envied it. A few wanted to steal it. But all understood one thing. The humans were no longer behind. They were ahead. The summit ended in uneasy silence. Captain Marcus and Lee returned to their ship. No formal agreements were made, no alliances formed, but no threats were spoken either. They left without ceremony, without conflict. But the next time a human vessel arrived at a galactic meeting, no one laughed, no one dared, and every scanner, across every port, double-checked their readings, just in case another impossible machine drifted silently into view.